Now guys, to the biggest story coming out of the BB Naija 10/10 house. The heated clash between Imisi, Sultana and Rooboy, especially Imisi and Rooboy, after the last night's pool party. It all started in the kitchen. Imisi was still cooking when Rooboy asked her to wash the pot because he needed to use it, and she refused, saying that she wasn't done yet. That interaction quickly turned into a verbal exchange. Sultana stepped into what isn't hers, even saying, I beg, when I carry this girl come off from here, siding with Rooboy, and then things got escalated. From raising voices to insults and accusations, what started as a simple disagreement turned into biggest confrontation of the season so far. So the question now is Imisi being bullied, or what is happening? Is she being ganged? Are they ganging up against her? Because what just happened is something that is very, very minute, and it ought not to have, escalated to that extent. But guys, something also happened during this fight and argument. Imisi was wielding a weapon, also threatening that she was going to stab Rooboy. And it is against Biggie's rule book, because before any of the housemates gets into the house, there is a rule book that you need to read, and you must not flout the rule, right? So that one is there. Aside that, I don't think there is any other big thing that Imisi has done so far, because she's only standing up for herself to actually defend herself. And I think that's the right thing a normal sane person will do. If you see that some things are happening and then you don't want to be taken for granted, you need to stand up for yourself. Although she didn't attack anyone, but the gesture alone was enough to alarm some housemates. Kanye, who stepped in to calm things down, was even, was all over the place. Now, this has raised one big question across the social media. Should Imisi be disqualified for holding a weapon during an argument? Well, the answer lies in Big Brother's house, because I know that after the pool party, it's either Biggie talks today, which is Friday, or he's going to talk before the main live show on Sunday. But let's see how things actually goes, yeah? I mean, Biggie's strict rule book, any form of violence or threat, it grounds immediate disqualification. But then, this is the first week so far, and people have been enjoying this show, guys. I mean, somebody said on X, formerly Twitter, that he needs to applaud the person who brought all of these housemates together. Guy, if somebody cries, another housemate cries afterwards. It's cry for cry, aura for aura, egusi for egusi. But the situation is a little not so complicated, just because Imisi has wielded a knife. A large number of fans believe Imisi was provoked. They are pointing fingers at Sultana and Rooboy for pushing her to the edge. Some even think the entire moment was a setup to trigger her. A viral tweet reads, if this is not a provocation, then I don't know. Sultana and Rooboy started this whole thing. Justice for Imisi. So now we have a divide. On one hand, those calling for Imisi's disqualification, saying wielding a knife, no matter the reason, is unacceptable. On the other hand, those defending Imisi arguing that continuous provocation led her to react out of frustration. And guys, if you watch this show very well, Rooboy really provoked Imisi. He did. A man for that matter, he did. So it is worth asking, where do we draw the line between defending yourself and crossing the line? So let's be clear, even if a housemate is provoked, they are still responsible for how they react. Picking up a knife, even in the kitchen setting, during an argument, sends a message in a confined space like that of Big Brother Naija's house. So that's not something you can ignore. Let's see how it goes. Like I said, the answer or the next line of action lies in